Welcome everybody to tonight's team call. Welcome to the call. We're going to get started here in about 2 seconds. What's up, sir? Okay, Brian is here. We got Cody here. We got Tom here. We have people joining us live on our Facebook Live. We have people on the phone from across the country, and we also have a recording that's going on live right now, so that way I can put this up on YouTube, because we have an entire team that's deaf that uses closed caption to actually learn this information at another time. So first I wanted to do is welcome everybody to tonight's team call. This is something we do every single Sunday. Somebody said, do you do it every Sunday? I'm like, every Sunday that I'm alive. If I'm not alive, we will probably still do this call from the funeral home. I'm not kidding. Just, prop me up, put me on the headset. That'll be the last words I say. Not the last words, but probably close to the last words, is we'll do a training. So first thing I wanted to do is just welcome everybody to tonight's call / Facebook Live / video. It was calls like this that actually helped me build my business when I was going through and coming up in the industry, in the profession, learning what to do, what to say, how to do it. It was actually more calls like this that trained me than anything, because it was when I could sit down and write down some of this information, I could figure out how this all works. How do you put this thing together? That helped me so much build my business personally. So what I want to do on this call is a couple things. I want to, stress to the people who are already involved that we are in week 3 of a 4-week cycle. What that means is basically the company that we're with actually set up everything to close out every single Saturday, and to make it all work out right, 52, to have all of our cycles right, 12 cycles a year. What they've done is they've done a 4-4-5, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, to be able to close out on Saturday every time, so that way they can close out their years. This is how a lot of things are structured that close out on Saturday, retail, other types of businesses. So they just have adopted that style for what we do, which means we have 2 weeks left in our cycle to close out for the month, to be able to do promotions. So anybody who's looking to promote, we just want to encourage you to understand this, that you have 2 weeks to promote. You can promote at the end of each week, but you can also promote within the month to hold your position, qualify for positions, things like that. If you want more details on how that works, please get with your upline, sit down and learn that, do a game plan so you know exactly how that works, because if you don't know how that works, you could get caught thinking that you have an extra week that you may not have to be able to add all your volume together. That's just the way we work. That's the business we're in. So you have to deal with it in the most appropriate way. What is tonight's call about? Tonight's call is about building an organization. Tonight's call is about recruiting. Tonight's call is about, and our Facebook Live is about, how to structure your business, certain things you need to know. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually pulling up our 10 core training, or our 10 core, so that way you guys can understand some of the things you need to know to be able to build an organization across the country. We're going to be able to build an organization through using some very simple things that I'm going to go over here. And if you have a pen and a piece of paper, these are the 10 things that you're going to want to know. Now, they seem really general, but what I can tell you is the inside of this, you're going to have to basically not only write these things down, but you're going to have to learn the 1%, the fine details of each one of these. Number one is you have to learn how to get started right. And a lot of people, we're going to go over this in a bit. Hi, Susan. You have to learn how to get started right, and there's certain steps to getting started, and there's a lot of confusion in getting started. What does it take to get started? There's getting started, and then there's building. Building is an activity that goes on all the time. Getting started is how to launch your business. Just had a great conversation earlier with Jeff Johnson and James Johnson and Jesse Garcia. We were just kind of, going back and forth to the things that are needed and what's not needed. We just want to eliminate the garbage or the extra stuff and just get to the point. The next thing is use the product you have. Hi, Susan. You want to use the product you have. If you aren't already involved yet, then it really doesn't matter. But if you are involved, use the product. Use as many of the products as possible. There's actually a brand new website that our company's developed that has, it's called Success with FES. If you don't know that, successwithfes.com. And you can actually, hey Tyson, what's up? you can go to successwithfes.com, use your same login that you use to get into your normal business back office, and there's all kinds of video, there's all kinds of training. I was super scared when I first saw it because I was like, oh no, people are going to get off track. Oh my gosh, what are they going to teach? And I'll tell you, it's some of the best product training information that I've seen. There's about a 4 or 5 minute video that goes over the entire suite of products that we have. And what I can say is no matter what company you're in, number one is getting started, and number two is using your product and service. One of the main things that I hear is, well, I'm having problems selling. And I hear this inside our business, inside my team, outside our company and other companies. People say, well, I'm having problems selling my product. And I'm like, are you using it? That's my first coaching question. If I'm a coach, my first question is, are you using your product? And here's another good question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about your product? I actually had a guy tell me he was like a 1 or 2 on excitement to your product. I said, hold on. Let me ask you this again. Maybe you didn't understand. 1 is you're not excited about your product. 10 is you're super excited about your product. I was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about your product? And he's like, oh, in that case, it's a 1. I was like, okay, well, coaching session is done. I figured out the reason why you're not able to recruit, why you're not able to sell. You're not excited about what you're doing. You don't even like your product. So how do you expect it? If sales is a transfer of enthusiasm and you're not enthusiastic about your product, then what you're really teaching people is, don't do it. Don't get in with me. I don't like this. And that's what you're transferring to other people. And he was like, well, that's not good. I'm like, I know. And I was like, I could have just saved you, a lot of time and a lot of effort. So that's a conversation for another time. But use your product. Know why you like your product. There should be reasons why you like what you do. And I've got a whole list, and I was going to go over a lot of that tonight, but it's not necessary tonight to go over that stuff. But I'm going to give you guys a bulleted list. And my getting started, when I get somebody started, I'm going to give you a list of some things to know when you get started, so you can be 100% sure, so you can be crystal clear, so you can be confident, so you can be concise, condensed, get out the information you need, and cut out all the bullcrap. So, number 1, get started right. Number 2, use the product. Number 3, personal development. Guys, there's more personal development online right now than you could possibly ever get through in your lifetime. But what I can tell you is I would learn from specific people. And I'm going to give you guys some people to learn from. One of which is an amazing, amazing guy. Hi, Lisa. By the name of Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy wrote a book called The Compound Effect, and it'll be a book I'll probably hammer again and again and again. But what the Compound Effect talks about is doing simple things over and over and over again leads you to success. And just like doing simple things that aren't necessarily good for you will lead you to disaster and failure. For instance, if you eat a Big Mac every day, it's not going to add a lot of weight to you right now. But if you eat a Big Mac every day and then an occasional Cinnabon, and then you eat, then you do a 32-ounce gulp and, different things, it doesn't seem like you're doing a lot of bad things, but all of a sudden the compound effect catches up after a month. After you have 3,500 calories extra, that adds 1 pound. Now, we just went to the Cheesecake Factory. We just did that in one meal. I mean, we ate, it was great. We had salmon, and then we had some corn cake tamales, and then we decided to get carrot cake. We split it in thirds, and even then we probably broke 3,500 calories a piece per person, along with our drink and along with the bread they give you up front. It was so good. They wheeled us out of there like in wheelbarrows, right out to our car, dumped us in front of our car after we paid the bill, of course. It was a good time, but 3,500 calories equals a pound. So if you want to lose weight, you have to burn an appropriate amount, and then you have to gain. So think about this. If you want to lose a pound a month, it's pretty simple. Burn 3,500 calories. What is that? About 100 calories a day. If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, you have to eat an extra 3,500 calories to gain 1 pound. So if you want to gain 10 pounds, take that times 10, 30,500. It is kind of simple math, and the same thing is true doing personal development. Watch this. If you read 3 books in any one subject, 3 books on a specific subject, you will be smarter than 80% of the people on that subject. Smarter than 80%. Now, if you read 10 books on one subject, you'd be smarter than 90% of the people on that one subject. So think about that for whatever industry you're in or whatever business you're in. You know, if we're in the credit repair business or the financial services business, if you read a Dave Ramsey's book and then you read a credit repair book and then you read another credit repair book, hi Michael, and you read these type of books, I've got a bunch of them back here. I'm got a stack of books here. Gary V, Want Entrepreneurs Take the Lead. This is the new Gary V, Ask Gary V. Build It Big. This is a network marketer, top secrets for direct sales. Gold and silver, something that I personally, right now, I'm looking to invest in on top. Unlimited Power. This is actually, interestingly enough, one of our reps that we work with, Dwight Fortune, just actually gave this to me as a gift to read through. So I'm going to give him a book review along with Bess McCarthy. I just got this one, Hold. This actually is from Gary Keller, or forward by Gary Keller. He probably doesn't write anything anymore, but Gary Keller from Keller Williams wrote The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, wrote The Millionaire Real Estate Investor, wrote Shift, and now he has a book called Hold, How to Buy and Hold on to Real Estate. Why? Because we're looking into buying and holding. Social media all in one, you know, being able to market. I just got off the phone, I was telling Bess, you know, this is one of the principles of success. One of the principles that happen inside of network marketing as well is your marketing always changes places. So you better be ready, and that's why I like Gary Vee. And then I've got a bunch of 21 Laws of Leadership. So there's all this information, personal development. Here's a breakdown. 3 books will make you smarter than 80% of the people. What if you just read 15 to 20 minutes every single day out of a book? How much smarter would you be than the average person in a month? How much smarter would you be than the average person in 6 months or a year or 2 years or 5 years? A lot of people don't know this, but the average person, after they leave high school, reads less than 5 books the rest of their life. The rest of their life. You want to get smarter than people? You want to attract people? You want to gain influence? I mean, John Maxwell says this is really funny. He's like, have you ever met somebody and you're like, hey, how you doing? What's new? And you haven't seen them in 5 years, and within 3 minutes, you can catch up on everything they did because these people aren't doing shit with their life at all. I mean, they haven't done a single thing new. Nothing's new. It's the same garbage over and over again. And that's why people start talking about, oh, well, I went to the doctor. Oh, well, I'm on this medication. Oh, my hip. Oh, my ankle. Oh, my, you know, my this, my that. The reason people start focusing on all this bad stuff is because they have nothing else going on in their life. Just stay in front of the curve by personal development. Here's another thing. Darren Hardy says if he wants to really research something and get into it, he'll buy 5 books on the subject, 5 of the best top books on the subject by the best authors. He'll buy 3 audio programs on the same subject, and he'll go to 1 seminar on the same subject. So the same thing is true if you want to learn about direct sales. My suggestion, 5 books to read. A couple John Maxwell's, a Darren Hardy book, The Magic of Thinking Big, how to win friends and influence people, how to make somebody your friends in 90 seconds or less, how to have power and confidence in dealing with people. These are all personal development things that you can read instantly. Audio programs. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I mean, just start listening to anything by John Maxwell, anything by Tony Robbins, anything by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn's one of the coolest guys, I think, to listen to because his principles work both in business and in life. And I kind of like those guys. John Maxwell's a lot of the same. They work in business and in life. Tony Robbins in business and in life. Some people are like, well, I listen to this guy who screams at me every day. That's fine if that motivates you, but are you learning anything? I mean, you know, because if you're not learning anything and you're just motivated, Jim Rohn says, you know, if you take an idiot and you motivate him, all you have is a motivated idiot, you know, and that's not the goal. We're not trying to make motivated idiots. We're trying to make motivated people who are actually learning and getting ahead. You become more attractive. So read 10 to 15 minutes, listen to an audio program or watch an audio program every day, and then associate. Be around people. Number 3, market daily. I'm sorry, that's number 4, market daily. So we've got getting started right, use the protection plan or use your product. Hi, Chrissy. Develop professional development and then market daily. So every day you want to market what you're doing. I'm consistently putting out the message, hey, do me a favor. Hey, do me a favor. Hey, we need to talk. I want to actually give you some information on what we're doing. And I was able to present again today to a brand new person. And the minute I got all the way through, he's like, yeah, I can already tell you I want to do this. I mean, I can't do it this second, but I can tell you I'm getting in, like, you know, give me a week or 2. I was like, well, you have exactly 2 weeks to be on this next cycle for me to place you in front of all these people. And he was like, cool, let's do it. So market daily, next, present daily. So I go from marketing, trying to get in touch with people, trying to talk to people. Chanel Johnson, James Johnson, part of our support team, is one of the best at marketing daily. She's putting out positive information every single day on her Facebook. Positive information, inspiring quotes, information about credit repair, which obviously is what we're involved in. If you're involved in something else, I mean, if you were involved in real estate, I'd tell you to do the exact same thing. Put out, hey, here's what the average listing is. Hey, here's what the average home sold for. Hey, here's 3 tips on, fixing up your house. Hey, here's 3 things that will get you a better listing price. Here's 3 things that will make buyers motivated to buy your house. I mean, here are the favorite colors people are picking for their living room, dining room, furniture. I mean, I would consistently put out the message of, here's information, here's help, here's what to do to, do what you do better. Marketing. Presentation. I put out this quote last night, and it may be my best one. This is a public service announcement. Posting by itself will not make you successful. Posting by itself will not make you successful inside of this business or any business. Quit buying the instant success bullshit that's online. That's the easiest way, nicest way to say it, because there are so many programs out there that if you just buy this, if you just automate that, if you just get this, then everything's going to work out and you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. No, you won't, because if that program was real, this shit would be over. I mean, everybody would have been rich already. I'll be real honest, with as much as I'm online, with as much as Jesse's online, if you see us grab a program and in 6 days we're gazillionaires and it's over, that might be a good program. But I'm out there consistently looking at stuff, going through programs. If it really existed, if it was really automated, don't you think the people who are making really good money would have figured it out by now and already been in and already happened? It just doesn't work like that. That is a sales pitch. Here's basically another thing that I put out last night. Success never goes on sale, ever. Success does not go on sale. There is no discount on success, and there's no quick route. Now, you can work harder, you can work longer, you can sleep less, you can get a coach to speed things up, but success doesn't discount itself. You can't, if success costs $1, you can't give it 75 cents and expect to get the result. You have to give it 120% normally, just to get 100% back. That's just how it works. So present daily is what it takes. Next, attend a weekly presentation. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, I can't come this week because. And you might as well just go in your account and take out a $100 bill and light it on fire. Because here's what I can tell you about success, and here's what I can tell you about commitment, is success inside of direct sales is like a jealous woman. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. It's like a jealous woman. She's questioning where you are, what you're doing, and, why weren't you there at that time? I mean, think about it. If it was a real relationship, that you were in with your business, and you didn't show up for a week or two just because you were busy or you had something going on, do you think that relationship would last? I mean, be real honest. That relationship isn't going to last. That relationship's like, see ya. And success is the exact same way inside of direct sales, inside of network marketing. So, presentation weekly. You show up to your weekly presentation. Now, here's what, I heard James say this last week. If you're not feeling it, you need the meeting. If you don't have anybody with you, you need the meeting. That's the whole reason we put it on. Everybody thinks it's for the guests. It's not for the guests. It's for you. It's basically for us to understand what we're involved in and why it's so important what we're doing, so that way we can go out and find new people to talk to. Yeah, it is motivation. People are like, well, do you have to do it every week? Well, it's kind of like your teeth. You want to brush them regularly to keep the majority of them. So attend a core training every week, and people are like, oh my gosh, do I have to attend this stupid call every week? You guys say the same stuff. Well, here's what I can tell you, and this is what my mentor told me. He said, until you can repeat everything I said and train somebody else, you need the call. You need the call and you need the training. And he's like, and when you can repeat it all and you're doing it all, what you'll understand is you'll probably want to go start your own. And I was like, oh crap. Because I thought, once you learned this, that was it. I was done. And he's like, no, actually, that's your job now to expand it and teach somebody else. So watch this. Attend weekly your presentation. Attend your training weekly. Those are weekly things to attend. Next, attend a monthly team regional. Our next monthly team regional in Indianapolis is April the 21st. And what we're going to do is we're going to do an advanced product training. And the advanced product training is going to go over the details of each one of our products and teach you not only how to sell it, but also how to, all the inside details of what happens when. I mean, I got some of the best information about our product the last time, about how credit repair works, about why we have to send in documents, about a dummy account. I didn't even know we could do a dummy account for somebody, that somebody can log in and check out everything we're doing. Somebody who potentially is looking at a referral partner or becoming a referral partner, we can sign them up with a dummy account. They can go in and look at how everything functions. I didn't even know we had that. That's why an advanced product training is so important. And we're excited that we're actually going to have James and Chanel Johnson come in. I don't know if Chanel's able to come this time, but I know James said he's coming back. Jeff Johnson coming up from Louisville, Kentucky, where we've got all these people pouring in. Now, here's what I know. These guys can't fly to each one of us and tell us what's going on, but all of us can end up in one location and they can come to us and then they can train everybody in a few hours. That's just the most efficient way to make it work. And here's what I can tell you. There's nothing like a live event. There's nothing like a live event. You will not learn the same thing sitting at home. You won't. You won't learn the same thing. In fact, it's proven it takes about 20 times longer to learn the exact same thing as being physically in the room. 20 times longer. Now, I don't know if you have 20 times longer to learn this to be able to make money, but I don't have that kind of time. So attend a weekly, monthly regional. Right now, the ticket for that regional is $20. So if you do not show up this week, it goes up next week, and then it goes up again at the door. So you want to get that ticket this week. In fact, you probably want to text me or message me or do something immediately so that way you can get that ticket and reserve that ticket. In fact, let's just do that right now. Anybody who's coming, check your schedule, April 21st, starting at 4 o'clock. We'll just say 4 o'clock because there's always like 30 minutes to get everything ready and get ready rolling. But we're going to start at 5. It'll last till 9. There'll be a break in the middle. We normally go out and get food or a movie afterwards, so just make sure you got that date set. Dwight is watching. Dwight, thanks for joining us. So attend the monthly team regional, attend all team conventions. The first team convention is looking like it's going to be somewhere around summer. Midsummer, we're going to get together. We're going to do a boot camp. We're going to run through the A, B, C, D, all the way to Z of how to recruit, how to build personalities, leadership skills, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be like a whole weekend event. We're trying to figure out exactly where we're going to have that and the exact date, so we'll roll that out to you. But never miss a team convention. Team conventions is where you're going to go to the next level and you're going to be able to move forward. Last, create a map every single month. Every single month, actually every week I'm doing it, I'm creating a map. Okay, what do I need to accomplish this week? How many people do I need to talk to this week? Who do I need to follow up with this week to be able to achieve my dreams, to be able to achieve my goals, to be able to achieve and be on track with my plan? Those are the 10 things. Getting started right, using your product, professional development daily, market daily, present daily, attend a weekly presentation, attend a weekly training, attend a monthly regional, and attend all team conventions. If you really look at this list, half of this list is just attending, showing up. 80% of success is just showing up. That's it. Jeff Johnson, what's happening? Good to have you with us. So 80% of success is just showing up. So here's what I want to talk about tonight, and this is where it becomes the good stuff. And the good stuff is stuff that you're not going to probably find on a PowerPoint. It's really, a lot of it comes to you as you're teaching, as you're training. Now here's what I can say from here on out. Anything that you have questions on, that you want to know more about, whether it's on the call or on Facebook Live, or you have a question, send us the question. Send me the question. Text me the question on my phone, or you can, if you're on Facebook Live, just send out the message. And then I'll read it here at the end, and I'll answer everybody's questions. So if you have something that I said or you didn't catch, or what's the third point or the fifth point, because sometimes people are like, you never told me point number 5 of the 10. You stopped at 3. Sometimes I forget, and I don't realize that, so you might want to just say that. Regional event. Regional event is April the 21st here in Indianapolis at our location. I'll get you that address. Cody. Perfect. Okay, so I'm excited to be part of what we're doing. I'm excited to be part of our company. I'm excited to be part of this team. I'm excited with the products we have, and I'm really excited about the timing. And for those of you who don't know, the timing is really, really good with where we're at right now because of the size of the company and what's going on. And I'm going to give you some stuff that we were actually talking about here earlier. Let me find it. Roadmap. And I just kind of want to read through some of this stuff. Roadmap. So watch this. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The one thing that I can tell you is you have to actually get started to move anywhere. I know that sounds dumb, but it's actually true. You cannot change direction. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change direction. So if you've been heading in the wrong direction for quite some time, you can actually change direction, start taking a step forward towards the right direction just by being on this call tonight. And a lot of you are doing that. You know, I see different people on here, the people who want to succeed, the people who want to make something happen. I see them on here. I see them attending regularly. I see them moving up through the system. And although the results aren't there yet, basically what you have to do is you have to start pushing, and you've got to get that hammer all the way to the top. And you have to keep pushing it before momentum kicks in. And a lot of you are sitting here right here, and this is where it sucks, because this is where it's the heaviest. Before it gets to the top, it gets really heavy. Every problem exists. Your tire blows out. Your mom calls. Your dog, runs out in front of some people and bites a kid. I don't know what I'm just kidding. Hopefully your dog never bites anybody. But there's always stuff that happens right before you're about to tip the scale, right before everything's ready to go in your favor. What happens is you will be tested. And I've said this over and over again. You're going to get tested right before something big is going to happen. You'll get tested 2, 3, 4 times. It's like the universe actually reaches out and punches you in the face and says, "Are you sure you want this? You better duck. You better jump over what I'm going to throw at you. You better move your car around that pothole, because you're going to have a tire blowout, and then you're going to have a sick animal, and then you're going to have, your favorite book, and your notebook's going to disappear, and then your phone's going to get cracked." I mean, always something happens. Sometimes it's more devastating, what happens to you than others, but you can change it. You can change direction just like that. Destination's going to take you a little bit. A leader is one that knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. We were talking about that earlier. Your goal to do this and do this well, because a lot of people say, well, what exactly is I'm scared to lead. Here's the only thing you have to worry about. Be a good example. I've got a really good friend that's in the industry. I know last year he made just under $500,000, which isn't too bad. He's doing okay. Just turned 30. He's got 2 kids. Outside of the $400 and whatever $1,000 he made in network marketing, he has another $100,000 that comes in from his Airbnb portfolio. He's got a crypto portfolio. He's got a gold and silver portfolio. I mean, he's doing all right. Yeah, or you get hit by a car, right, Tyson? Get kicked when you're down. Stuff happens. So that gentleman said something really good. He goes, people are watching you, and you are either an example of what to do, or you are the lesson of what not to do. I was like, ooh, that's harsh. I mean, think about that. The people who are watching you, who are younger than you, who are older than you, who look up to you, you are either a lesson, you are either the example of what to do right, or the lesson of what not to do. And you get to choose which that is. But either way, people are watching you. You are doing that. You're either doing good for somebody or you're doing bad, but you're an example either way. So, John C. Maxwell, leading the way. Here we go. So when I go through this, and I'm going to actually physically call each one of you, and I'm going to go through this, but there's some basic info. It's called an agent profile. And the very first thing on the agent profile says info, and it's basically the name, your sponsor, who got you in. Then I'm going to go over some questions like family, like where were you born? Who'd you grow up with? I love this one. Who was the most important person in your life growing up? Who are you closest to in your family? Or guardian? Because some of us, were raised basically adopted. I've got some really good friends who are adopted, and their families are amazing. And they don't know their biological families, but they said the families that raised them are their families. That's who they're closest to. Occupation, what do you do? What was your first job? What do you like best? What job have you liked the best, and why? What this does is this helps me clear up, personality, what your drive is, what you're going after. Education, where'd you go to school? Did you get a degree? What'd you like about school? Who's your favorite teacher and why? Recreation, what do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do? What would you expect if if money and time were completely cleared up? What would you want to be doing with your time? What would you invest in? And then 5 questions. Here's the questions. Number 1, what are your 3 greatest strengths? What are the 3 greatest strengths you have? A lot of people have never thought of that. They're like, I don't know what I'm strong at. I'm strong at not knowing what I'm strong at, and that's fine. You know, we'll figure out what you're strong at. What are your strengths? What are you not good at? What do you need to work on? What are 3 things that you absolutely know you need to improve on? And some of us are like, remembering to get on the call. I'm like, yeah, that's one of them. We didn't see you on here again. I'm just kidding. What motivates you? What motivates you? Some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by time. Some people are motivated by security. Some people are motivated by not being motivated. They're like, I just want to do this. I'm ambitiously lazy. I want to do nothing, but I'm willing to work really hard for a short period of time just so I can do nothing, which kind of doesn't make any sense, but it actually works. What is the most important thing in your life? So that's the next one. Then it goes on to say, do you know what happens to 100 people? And we can go over that another time. It talks about the cash flow quadrant. And this is one thing that we're trying to teach really, really strongly inside of this team is there's nothing wrong with your job. The thing about your job is we don't necessarily want you to get rid of it because some people love what they do for work. Some people hate what they do for work. But the objective isn't to get rid of your job. The objective is to financially not need it. That's the objective. The objective is to financially not need your job. You make enough money through your business and through your investments where you don't necessarily need to go to work. So if you do get put in a situation where you've got to compromise a principle or compromise going to see family, or your family gets sick, or your animal needs vet treatment, and they're like, well, we don't care, you have to come to work anyway, and the work doesn't understand that you have the ability, you have choices. That's it. You just have choices. You have the ability to walk away. So here's the problem. If you looked at a 5-year cycle and you looked at just working, this is the biggest problem with work, is if you go to work this year, there's just you contributing to your income. And if you go to work next year, there's just you contributing to your income. And if you go to work 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years, it's just you contributing to your income. But watch this. If you started working with us, and we can teach you how to do this, and in the first year, we taught you how to find 5 people to work with us. And in the second year, we helped those 5 people find 5. Now you'd have 5 plus 25. That'd be 30, right? And then we're going to help those 25 find their 5. Now you're going to have 125 plus the original 25 plus 5. That's 155 people. Imagine if you had 155 people contributing to your income. Take that times about $100 each, passive income every month. What if 100 people stopped by your house and handed you $100 every month? I mean, that'd be weird, first of all. The police would be at your house. I'm just saying. But, what if they just direct deposited into your account? Because you taught them, not because you're taking anything from them, but because you taught them how to make $500, the company would send you $100 for every person you taught how to make $500. So when that person makes $500, the company sends you $100. That's roughly how network marketing works. What if you had 100 people like that? That would be $10,000 a month. And here's the thing, that's actually not a big number inside of direct sales. You can have as many of those checks as you want. You might want to teach 200, 300, 1,000, 10,000 people how to do that. Now here's what I know. Here's the reasons why our company. So if you're looking for the reasons why, credit over everything else, I can give you, an hour speech on it, but here's the 6 easy ones. Number 1, it's before 100,000 people. I was told this a long time ago by a friend that's made $1 million in 5 different companies. He said, you want to catch a company before it has 100,000 reps inside it. Why? Because if you start out with a little circle like this, and then the next circle's out here, and the next circle's out here, and the next circle's out here, and you can get involved right here when it's, 10,000, 20,000 people, and you take a piece of pie this big, all of a sudden, that piece of pie is so big because of where you caught the company. That's why people have the opportunity to make the amount of money. Now, when you see some of these legacy companies, and their circle is 1.5 million people around, and you get started, and your little piece of pie is like, it's like this big, just this little itty bitty piece. And you work really hard, and no matter how fast the company expanded by another billion, but the $1 billion circle, when you look at a $1 billion circle and you look at the next $1 billion circle that attaches to it, it's a little itty bitty thin line, and you got a little bitty itty sliver of that line, rather than being at the core of it and getting this giant slice of pie. I've seen it drawn out in a couple different ways, but that's the reason why to be excited about being involved in something before it has even 30,000 people involved. Next, automated. It's automated. Do you know how many processes are not automated? inside of direct sales where you've got to go get it, and then you've got to present it, and then you've got to put it on somebody, and then somebody has to try it for 30 days, and then you've got to wash a counter in a sink, and you know that you got to wait for the result. And even if the results are instant, you have to wait 2 weeks for the product to get there, or you know they've got to ship it across the country, or you got to buy an inventory of it. I mean, the fact that this is automated and it's instantaneous is kind of nice. Cody, the last word that I heard. Okay, that's weird. The last word that I heard is it was actually 19,000 right before March, and I heard we expanded by 20,000 memberships. So I'm only guessing the ratio is usually 10-15%. So I'm guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of I just heard a weird dog, sorry, whatever that was. Somewhere between 1,000 to 5,000 extra people, so I'm guessing we're right around 25,000 reps in the company. But I'll get final numbers on that because I need to talk to Susan anyway at corporate. We're nationwide. I just talked to a guy just recently that was in another company, and their company's only in 10 states. It's a wine company. It was a really cool company, but there's only so many states because of licensing, because of alcohol and tobacco and commissions. You just couldn't be everywhere yet. So, you know, that's a drawback. We're everywhere. We're in all 50 states. There's no licensing. We're affiliated. So there's non-licensed, which is nice, and we're affiliate-based. Now, the thing that's cool about being affiliate-based is we can change just like that. Now, what does that mean? When you're affiliate-based, what you have the ability to do is you have the ability to, if you have these affiliations with these 4 companies, you can move one of them out, move a new one in. Just like that. It's easy, it's simple. The process is just adding something to the website. Whereas if you're developing a new product or you only have one product, you know, some people only have one product. They're like, we've got one product, we got the best product in the world. What happens if something happens to that product? Now all of a sudden you have no company. So it's nice. Some people are attached to different things. I mean, I can go into this. There's a lot of weird things that can happen inside of direct sales. So what you do is you look for the red flags, you look for the high risk, stay away from the high risk situations, and go with the things that make the most money, that are usable, needed. That was another one that James and I were talking about. The nice thing is there's a lot of products out there that people want, but there's a difference when somebody needs something. For instance, if you have a toothache, and if your tooth all of a sudden starts hurting, you need dental help. You don't want dental help. You never want dental help. You don't want to go to the dentist, but you need to go to the dentist. And how soon do you need to go to the dentist when you have, you know, major tooth pain? Has anybody ever had major tooth pain, like, you know, cracked a tooth or a filling fall out? I mean, it is basically like, I mean, I've never felt anything. It was just weird. It was like somebody taking a nail and just started hammering into your head. Like, I've never had anything hurt so bad in my life. I actually tried to go to a meeting and present. Stupid. I actually apologized later. I was like, hey, you know, when I came in and I only talked for 2 minutes, and then I said, you know, it was something important, I had to go. I actually had broken a tooth in half, and I tried to come in and actually present to you and do a presentation. And throughout the time, you know, I'm kind of like, yeah, root canal, exactly, Dwight. Here's the last one, 5, and it's free. So watch this. Before 100,000, it's automated, it's nationwide, it's affiliate-based, it's non-licensed, and 5 people. And it's free. Yeah, tooth pain is bad. Gallbladder's bad. Kidney stones are bad. And here's the thing. Do you want to go to the doctor? No. But do you need to go to the doctor? Yes. That's why credit repair is so interesting. 68 million people have a credit score underneath 600, which means there's 68 million people that are going to go try to buy something, try to rent something, try to get something, and they can't get it, and they need it. And when they find out that we're affordable, and they find out that it's anywhere between 40 days to 90 days to get back on track to be able to do stuff, maybe it might take you 6 months. We cannot guarantee a time frame. Why? Because it might have taken you 10 years to screw yourself up. I can't give you an exact day you're going to be put back together. There's a lot of factors that go into that. But I can tell you, the average person gets to where they need to be 90 days to 6 months. That's average. So that's just our company. What is your company? You know, everybody's company has different things. Those are the things that I know about what we're doing. So here's what's next. I love the fact that we're right now, as soon as you get in, you can flip the switch and you can sell. You don't have to have a license. You don't have to have training, you know, this big school. If you know what credit repair is, you can just get started right there. I like that it's a need versus a want. I like that You know, it's an easy conversation. You know, James and I talk about this all the time. It's just the easiest conversation to have with people. I'm like, do you know people who have credit issues and want to improve their credit score? And everybody's like, yes. I was like, who are they? Like, me, my family. I love the process that it's automated. I love the results that we're getting back. You know, we had another person on the team, Jen. She got her results back, 33 points, I think, already. And she's like, it's not even like all the way done yet. It was just like the first round of stuff, 33-point increase. So what we're going to do is talk about building a business. You know, here's some things you're going to get. And this is what I don't like about the industry. You'll hear things like, it's just easy. I hear that. Oh, it only takes 5 hours a week. I want to punch somebody in the face when they say that from stage. You only need 2 people, or you only need 4 people, or you only need 6 people. You only need 6 people. Just send them a website. This is the easiest thing to market in the world. You just have to send out websites. If you just send out enough websites to people, no, they won't. They will not watch them. Here's number 1. This is simple, but it is not easy. I'll be the first to admit, I'll tell you, if you want to build a business, you're going to go through some crap. You're going to have to deal with people and stuff. But I can tell you it's worth it. I can tell you it's better than the alternative. I've done both. I've done corporate America. I've owned my own business. And I've done direct sales. And what I can tell you is direct sales is better. And being on all 3 sides, and those are 3 different things, you know, working a job, having to be in at a certain time, being micromanaged, having a boss I didn't like, you know, having a boss that was doing all kinds of things corporately that weren't good, and I had to put up with that crap. It didn't take me long. It didn't take me long to figure out I didn't want to be there. It took me like 36 minutes. By lunchtime, I was like, yeah, screw this. And people are like, hey, how do you like it here? I'm like, I'm planning to get the fuck out. I didn't say that, but actually, I probably did. I only lasted a little while in corporate America. But as soon as I figured out how to get out, I was planning to get out like day number 1. I had my goals. They're like, hey, what are your goals here? I'm like, right here, plan to get out. I do not plan on being here. Like, oh, you mean in 10 years? I mean, like, no, like next week, if I could figure out a way. I've owned a traditional business. I've invested a lot of money. I bought a lot of ads. Just to let you know, like in one of our traditional businesses, our ad budget is right about $900. $900 a month just for advertising. So if you're complaining about leads and, oh my gosh, it was so expensive to get in. I mean, when I look at the $288 to join our company, I'll be real honest, my real estate cards, when I first got started in real estate, cost more than the entry fee. Cost more than the entry fee. Just what I had to pay a month to maintain being a realtor cost more than our entire membership. And that's no business card, no lock boxes, that's no signs, that's no marketing, that's no pens to hand out, that's nothing. So when people say, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. It's so expensive to do this. I'm like, I want you to go open a business and quit your job and just go work a normal business for like a month and then come back to me and tell me how hard this is comparatively. It's not that hard. So it is simple, but it's not easy. Mastering anything takes time. You know, when people tell me it only takes 5 hours a week, that's absolutely incorrect. It will take you more time than that. Now, if you work smart, you have to work less time and talk to more people. I mean, that is possible, but you're going to put in some time. To master anything, it's going to take you 10,000 hours. Do you want to spread 10,000 hours out over the next 25 years? Or do you want to knock it out in the next 2? It's totally up to you. Dwight, because the classes come from an agent that calls, yes, exactly. That's why they call them brokers, because normally you're driving around people, you're a broker than the people you're driving around. That's real estate 101. You will need more than 2 to 5 people. You're going to need more than 2 to 5 people. The people who say you only need 2 to 5 people in the company are lying to you. Now, you might only need 5 people to not have your payment in our company, but I will tell you, you'll need to replace those 5 people as soon as possible with 5 more, and then you'll need to replace them with 5 more. Here's the thing. No matter what traditional business you have, I don't care if it's professional soccer, professional golf, professional anything, those teams, actually golf isn't a team sport usually, but you know, if you're on a team, NFL, NHL, NBA, National Baseball League, whatever, if you're on a team, they are constantly recruiting. Here's the thing. McDonald's is constantly recruiting. Walmart is constantly recruiting. If these type of companies are constantly recruiting, why are you not constantly recruiting? You own a business that's recruiting. You know what we do? We recruit and we sell products. That's all we do. We do those 2 things. And we only recruit people who sell those products and recruit. That's all we do. That's it. Now, those are some things you got to master. Those are some skills you got to get. But that's all we do. So why would you think you just have to do 2 or 3 and then that's it? because you just think everybody else is going to do it. I mean, that doesn't work at normal work. I mean, have you ever worked at a company where they only hire 2 people and that just works out for the rest of the company forever? No, there's entire HR departments. And you know what the HR department's job is? To always look for new people, deal with all the problems and all the issues, and make sure retention happens inside the company, because it costs companies so much money to find people and so much money to train them. Same thing is true in direct sales. You're constantly recruiting. If you want to be a good recruiter, just think in your mind, I want to recruit 1 person a week until you have so many people you don't know the names of the people who are promoting at the top level. That's when you should that's probably when you're good. When you have somebody promote at $100,000 and they're on your team and you don't even know their name, you're probably at that point probably good. But up until then, just think, I got to recruit somebody new every single week. So the question you need to be asking yourself on a consistent basis is, who do I need to recruit? People buy from people they know, like, and trust. People buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. So think about this. If they don't know the company and they've never heard of it, and they really don't understand your product because they've never used it, then really what they're doing is they're buying you. You have become the most important factor in their decision. So that means you got to do it right. You got to dress sharp. You got to be confident. You got to have some stuff together. And here's the thing. Here's the one phrase everybody on the team needs to learn immediately. Hey guys, I don't know about me, but I can tell you the team that I'm a part of has everything. I've been having a dozen companies and I would never have told them. Yeah, I know, Cody. I was the same way. I mean, people told us, oh, you only need 5 people, 6 people. One of the companies I was in, they're like, you only need 2 people. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. You only need 2. I was like, what happens if one of them dies? They're like, oh, you have to have 2 people active the whole time, and you have to have at least 4 to do this, and you have to have 20 on this side and 20 on this side if you really want to make money. I was like, okay, well, how did it go from 2 to 40? You know, that's kind of slightly different. That's like, you know, can you imagine being in your car? You only need 2 gallons of gas. That's all you need. That's all you need. You get halfway down the road. It's like, actually, you're going to need a full tank. And you constantly have to fill your tank up. Same thing is true in recruiting, right? Hey, Jesse, what's up? We constantly sell this lifestyle. The lifestyle talks about passive income, passive residual, putting things on autopilot, a fast, quick return. You know, all you need to do is text, showing up. I hear that a lot. Hey, if you just show up enough, everything will work out. Here's what I can tell you about these 3 things, these 3 myths. You know, we sell this lifestyle of passive income. Here's the thing. You're going to have to get good first. The best thing I can tell you is there's 3 real stages. Stage number 1 is just learning what to do. Stage number 2 is doing it. And stage number 3 is teaching it. If you're in stage number 1 and you're just learning it, here's what you need to do. You need to get as many people in front of your leaders as possible. You need to get as many, if that's all you can do is just be like, hey, are you open to hearing about something? Yes, let me get my friend on the phone. Hey, are you open to hearing about something? Or are you looking for something? I found a phrase the other day. You guys might want to use this. Hey, I've got a friend's company that's expanding. He's looking for people with sales and customer service backgrounds. They're looking for part-time people. Do you know anybody that's looking for work? See, that sounds normal. Do you know anybody looking for work? When you start saying, hey, do you know anybody looking for their own business? That's not a normal conversation a lot of people have, guys. Now, do people want to start their own business? Yeah, deep down inside, I think people are like, man, I want to be my own boss. I want to do it myself. And then all of a sudden, your significant other is like, well, where the hell are you going to get the money to do that? And your mom's like, you've never been good at, sales, and you've never been good at this. You can hear those things in the back of your head that you grew up with. But people want that, but I just use something that's common. Hey, my friend's company is expanding, and they're looking for people with sales and customer service background. Do you know anybody who's looking? Guys, if you sent that out to everybody on your Facebook message, I'll be real honest, you'd have so many people hit you back. You'd get a lot of questions. What is it? What company? Where? How much? When? But just that phrase alone. Hey, my friend's company is expanding, and they're looking for part-time people with backgrounds in sales and customer service. Do you know anybody looking for work? If you sent that to if you sent a personal message, not a group message, not a group spam message, not a Facebook post, but if you put that message out to every single person, you would get messages from now until the end of the year. You'd have people hitting you back up. What is it? How does that work? What's it all about? All you'd have to do is get back to each person and be like, hey, do you have a couple minutes to talk right now? I can get my friend on the phone, or I can connect you to him. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call him and be like, hey, you know, Cody told me, Brian told me, Jesse told me that you might be open to doing something. I just wanted to give you the details of what we're looking for. If it's not for you, that's cool. Maybe you might know of somebody this would be a good fit for. And then I'm going to tell them what we do. And I'm going to let them decide. I'm going to let them decide whether it's for them or not. I'm not going to try to beat them up or convince them. And I'm not going to try to tell them this is the end of the world, or they're going to lose an arm if they don't join right now, or, you know, their kids are never going to, you know, see the light. I mean, people just say all kinds of weird stuff, but I'm just going to show it to them. So passive residual income, put it on autopilot. Here's what autopilot is. You getting up every day and going to work, and you getting up every day and going to work. That's how a lot of people run their autopilot. This autopilot with what we're doing with our company is you just doing the work. And guys, I mean, you just need to get in front of 20 to 25 people and present this with help as fast as possible. If you do that, here's what the result will be. You'll get 2 to 3 recruits, and you'll get 2 to 3 customers. 25. Some of you are going to need 35 people, because the original people you know socially don't have skills, might not have jobs, I knew some people when I first got started. I was 18, and my social group of the original 25 people I showed it to, if they all combined together, they might be able to put one person in. All 25 of them might have been able to scrape enough money together to order a pizza on Friday night. I mean, this was not a successful, accomplished group of people. I didn't know people who had money. I didn't know people who worked. Most of my friends were the degenerates that were getting arrested. I'll be honest. My friends were getting arrested. We had a couple people go to jail while we were in high school. We had a couple people die when we were in high school. That was my group of friends. People are like, Jeff, how did you get to know all these great people, successful people? You must have known them from high school. Yeah, not unless they're coming out of the grave. My friends didn't get in. The people, if you look at the majority of the people, I didn't know any of these people in high school. In fact, I didn't like most of the people that I went to high school with. I mean, that's just being honest. If you went to high school with me, I'm sorry. That's why this is on the team page and not on the live, because, I have a lot of my friends. A lot of people now have come to me and be like, wow, we just always knew you were going to make it, but you didn't answer the phone for the first 10 years when I called you. That was awesome. Thanks for, cheering for me now. And now that it's all worked out. But this is just some stuff that, I feel that I wish somebody would have told me in the beginning. I wish somebody would have been honest with me in the beginning to set myself above. If you want to set yourself apart from everybody else, this is the kind of stuff you need to know. I don't mean to be forceful about it. I just mean this is the stuff that'll help. So I'm going to look really quick. On my phone, are there any text messages about stuff? Grace texted me. Carmelo texted me. Hold on. I just want to see if I can answer any questions real quick. If you have questions, please tell me. Grace, howdy. Got the text. Service couple hours. Okay, that's nothing. Yes, Carmelo, how you doing? I'm game. Okay, that's cool. Reserve a ticket. Okay, so Francisco reserved a ticket. Francisco, since you were the first person on the team that reserved a ticket, I'm going to go ahead and give you one of these books. It pays to be first, so don't wait around, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give one of these to Francisco for being first. 21 Laws of Leadership. We're going over that Monday through Friday. If you don't have it, I'll have another book for you, so always be first. That's a principle of leadership, is to be first. Don't wait. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last second. Not when it's convenient. Guys, if you want to lead, you have to be first. That's what leadership is. Leadership is not coming in last and sitting in the back and going, yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. Thanks for putting this on. You want to lead from the front. So that's that. Anybody else have any questions here? I'm just scrolling through. Jesse, Dwight, saw a sign from McDonald's that said this number applies. Sounds like a clue. Been able to have a dozen things and classes to become. Sorry, I'm just reading through any text messages. So guys, does anybody have any questions before we wrap this up like a burrito and go get some stuff done? Jesse, good seeing you. Anybody? Any text messages? No. Any messages here? No. Okay. Well, guys, I hope that helped. What I'd like from you is go ahead and send me back anything you liked, anything you got out of this, anything you learned. I appreciate everybody for jumping on. We do this call every single Sunday at the same time. Facebook Live. We've got it recorded. We're going to put it online on YouTube so that way we can do the, the closed caption for our team. Appreciate everybody. And if you have questions for me, feel free to call or text. We can go over this stuff, but this is, this is an idea of what we do. Tuesday night we have an open house, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to start opening up and recording Thursday's lunch. The Thursday lunch is industry specific for realtors, mortgage, investors, insurance. I got some Aflac agents coming out, people from World Financial Group, people from Primerica have been showing up. We've had home builders showing up. It's going to be a good time. So anybody that has anybody that wants to plug into that, please let us know, and we'll have you plug into the Thursday. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Count on attrition. Yes, best. The reason you have to keep recruiting is attrition. People get in, people get out. People leave Walmart. Here's the thing. People leave the NFL for different reasons. People leave national basketball reasons for different reasons. People are going to leave this for different reasons, and you can't count on everybody staying. It's just the way it is. Life moves on. Every organization changes. Leadership comes and goes. But I'll tell you, I will be here. So that's my commitment to you guys. I'll be here to help out. So appreciate everybody. Talk to everybody real soon. Thank you.